I wanted to make a stand. And so once I finally got through the ASVAB test, I started feeling more confident.
Right.
I can read, I can write. I taught myself something. Right. And I worked so hard on how to swim that I started giving a little more confidence to myself.
You didn't want to go backwards anymore.
I didn't want to go backwards.
Yeah.
And so when everything got hard for me, I always went backwards. I said, not this time. So I wasn't going to quit regardless. So, but what happened was week 6, they pulled us all out, like 25, 30 guys left, and they drew my blood. They found out I had sickle cell. Sickle cell is a blood disease that some African Americans have, and under stressful situations.
It's anemia type situation.
Well, I had sickle cell trait.
Okay.
But you can still die from it. So it's called sudden death. It happens a lot. And so they didn't know. They're like, well, you made it so far. So they put me out of training for a week. And they want to do more studies, more tests, see what's going on. They did all that stuff. I stayed out for a week, and I got real comfortable. So when you go from being uncomfortable to comfortable, your mind's like, I'm not going back in that water. You saw your boys getting drowned and getting trashed in the water, and you're on the sidelines watching saying, So a week went by, the doc called me back up, and I'm thinking I'm going to get medically disqualified from the Air Force. I'm like, this is great. I'll never have to quit. So the doctor looks at me, doctor says, you know what, we can push you back in training. I said, oh shit. But I thought to myself, a week's gone by, a couple weeks left, and I'm out of here, man. I made it through OLH. I can go, try to be a pararescueman. No, I went back to the CO, Sergeant Larkin, or not Sergeant Lundberg. Sergeant Lundberg looked at me and said, I'm glad you're back in training, man, but you gotta start from day one.
No shit.
And I was like, so my mind raced real fast, and I went right back to my old self. I had to find a way out of this. I cannot start back from day one, but I don't want to quit. So I used that medical thing as an excuse for me. I said, hey, you know what, Sergeant, I'm scared about the sickle cell thing, and no, I wasn't scared about that. I was scared of the water. And I didn't want to quit. So I found a way out without quitting, and the way out was him saying, well, you know what, I understand. So he gave me a medical. So I keep my head up a little bit and not quit, but my pride was shot because I knew the truth. I knew that I really quit. This medical student approached me the other day, told me how hard he was studying, talking about these different tests he had to pass. He said, I studied my ass off for the step 1 test, and I failed it. There was an awkward silence between his questions. I was waiting for more. There's a saying out there in the military. They say first time, every time. Well, I wasn't that guy. I failed everything I did the first time. I was known for coming back even harder after I failed. Success isn't a straight line. It's a maze. And when you think you figure that maze out, you hit a wall. And you gotta turn the fuck around and start again. Stay hard. It might be April where you are, and you're expecting nice weather and shit, but it's 20 degrees. So, you might be somewhere where it's too fucking hot. So, you might have sore legs, sore back, sore shoulder. So, the struggle is real. It never gets any easier. You gotta get harder. I was out yesterday, getting after it. Had one of the best runs I've had in a long time. PR'd that bitch. So, no one cares what you did yesterday. It only matters what you do it today. Those who take me literally, so, I'm a cheerleader for those who want to be better, not for those who want to stay the same. Stay hard. Want to be baddest motherfucker ever at what you do? You're gonna be misunderstood by everybody because you're gonna be so fucking obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes.
That's the truth.
It takes every second of your fucking life. Anybody says balance? Yeah, balance is important for a lot of fucking people. It is. But if you want to fucking go to that edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question everything you fucking do, you've arrived. When you are misunderstood to the point where fucking people think you're psycho and you're nuts and you're this and that, why are you in the fucking gym at 1 o'clock in the fucking morning? You just got to doing an op for fucking 13, 14 hours at the Ranger School, man, at the gym. What's wrong? You will never understand what is wrong with me. And that's why I'm so fucking glad you don't.